Okay, this is the start of day 2, the end of day 1. I'm here to collect. At the start of day 2, I set my production. It's about 10 hours later. I made some collections. I've been collecting from the dance stages every hour. So I build up my seashells. I'm over 4,000. I have 2 palm gardens, so I was able to produce some palms, but I've yet to do any quest. So I'm on the verge of doing that. Right there you could see I had 2 palm gardens and I have 1 fish production unit. I only have 2 dance stages. So right here I'm collecting from my homes, the small huts, and keep on doing that. If you're wondering how I know when to collect, I have the mobile unit of Forge of Empires on my smartphone, and I set the notification so whenever something from my settlement needs to be collected, it notifies me. It's not all that loud, so I can open it up. I can make my collections. I'm not recording all the collections because that's boring. I'm only recording the collections when I have a production collection, and I reset the productions from a production unit because that's generally only when something happens. This is generally when I go to flat mode, I'm showing you what's going on. Here I have a collection from a palm garden, and I'm collecting from the huts and from my 2 dance studios. So that's generally what's going on for all of day 2. I didn't complete any quests. I didn't until close to the end of day 2. A day is a 24-hour period. It's not basically a calendar day. It's 24 hours from the time I started doing this settlement. So like I started this settlement at 10 o'clock in the morning on day 1. So at 10 o'clock the next morning is the start of day 2. 10 o'clock of the next morning is the start of day 3, which is where I am right now. So day 2 and day 3 is going to run together. I'm going to continue doing this. I'm not going to do a new video until I complete a major quest, which is going to be down the road. At the end of day 2, I was able to build the next level hut, which is a quest to build 2 of them. And that's what I'm doing right here. I'm doing the totems so I can unlock the pile dwelling. So I got enough coconuts because I built 2 of the coconuts. And the other coconut palm garden is still producing, is still going to produce, still timing. But I was able to, you can see here, rearrange things. So I was able to set up 2 of the pile dwellings because they take an hour to build. So this right here is unlocking them. I'm still doing it. So we get enough diplomacy to unlock. I had to delete a small building, small hut, which I was able to do. As you can see, the embassy is in the bottom right corner there. That's where I keep it most of the time. There you go. It's unlocked. Now I'm finished the quest. Now I'm going to come back and remove all those totems to make room. And believe it or not, it doesn't look like it right now, but I have room to build 2 of the pile dwellings at the same time without removing any production buildings. I believe I did delete a couple of the small huts. You can see here. I rearranged a little bit. This is the squares and rectangles. Is how this works out. Okay, it doesn't look like there's room. What am I going to do? Move this around, move that around. But I do make room. Let's see what we do here. Delete another one. Doesn't look like there's enough space. I need a 3x3 area for another one. Here's a tip and trick. When you move stuff around, like if I move that palm garden, if I move it over top of something else, there's a circle thing, a double arrow thing that pops up. If you click on that, whatever's on the bottom moves to the top, so you can move a different thing back to where you were. You can swap them out. So it makes it easy. So there you go. Now I got room for a 3x3 by moving things around. Now I got room for this second palm garden, or pile dwelling, which satisfies a quest, which I'll collect up there, that green check mark upper left hand corner. I think I quit recording, but I did collect it. So that's the layout that you can get them done. So an hour from now, I can come back and delete those small dwellings and have room to build whatever I need. I think I came back and then built a third dance stage because I needed to have more seashells, because I only got 3,000 there. See what I do. And I need the fish things. I can't pronounce the name of that. That's why I'm not saying it. To produce more fish. I believe I got enough coconut there. I got rid of the palm garden, and I'm going to get rid of those houses. Just enough to make room, and I'm going to build 2 more of those fishers, and I'm going to build 1 more of the dance stage. At the end of this, you're going to have 3 of the pile dwellings and 2 of the small huts is all you need to be able to build everything you need to build. Occasionally, you have to do a couple small huts, but it's no big deal because they build fairly fast, instantly. So you can build them and remove them and build them and remove them. No big deal. And here we're coming up close to the end of day 2. And it ends up, there you go, there's a fisher. And that's how I know when that's going to be done, when those dance studios are collected, that fisher's going to be ready to start production. And I'm going to be notified from my mobile device. That's how I know they're ready. And I think I'm going to move that around a little bit. I have plenty of coconut to unlock the next level. That's why I'm doing the 3 fishers, because I needed like almost 40. So in order to do it faster, I built 3 of them. But my problem here is I don't have enough to do 3 of them at 10 hours each. So what I end up doing is I'm going to do 1 of them at 5 hours, and then I'm going to wait a while on 1 of them and not start production until I build up enough seashells to do it at 10 hours. And then I'll be able to, and then 1 is already in production, so that'll give me 25, and that only gives me, I think, 10 remaining. Then I can do 2 at 5 hours. Something like, depending on the time of day and when I collect and all that kind of stuff, and what I'll do in order to figure out what to do. But I try to do it if it's going to be when I'm sleeping, I'll set it so that I collect the most I can collect when the time I can wake up and collect, so I can produce the most I can as possible, so later on I'm not wasting time. I don't want to collect, produce 5 units then waste 5 or 6 hours. I'm going to produce 10 3 times, or produce 30 units while I'm sleeping for that time period instead of only 15. You get what I'm saying. I'm going to produce the maximum amount for the time period that I can do based on the number of shells I got. So we're going to start here, and the rest of this video is going to be start of day 3, and we're going to go forward from there. Okay, as we go into day 3 here, it's basically just producing some fish and collecting, not anything too exciting, and producing seashells so that I have enough. I believe I have 3 dance studios right now, so I've been able to produce enough seashells, so I've been able to continue to produce enough to keep production up. So it's really no big deal. So as we go through here, it's really a boring time for this type of production. There's not much going on. It's just collecting and producing. So there's not a lot really going on. But by a little more than halfway through day 3, which was 2 o'clock in the morning, I was able to complete the next quest, which was to unlock the next level, which is the statues, and to then build them. Which the good part in this is to build them, you just got to put them out there. You don't have to wait for them to completely build up. And once these statues are unlocked, the good thing is they take up 3 squares, and you get 33 diplomacy, which is 3 of those totems is only 18 diplomacy. The downfall, or the bad thing about it, is they take 30 minutes to build. So my strategy here is try to build them in advance as much as possible, so I can figure out how many I need and how many production units I have to delete in order to build enough to unlock the next level. So that's my strategy as I go forward. As we look here in my next level here, where it's just collecting and seashells collecting, and I'm going to be collecting some more fish. I believe I only got 2 of them producing. I think I need 4 more. I think I set it for 5 hours, so I'm going to be deleting that fisher so I can build some totems. A lot of times you can have enough diplomacy where you don't have to remove 100% of your production units, which is good, because then you can start production sooner and save some time. Oh, I screwed up there. I want to build those totems. That's what we're doing to see if we have enough. I think I have to delete a small hut also to get enough. So I have enough diplomacy to unlock the next level. So that's what's going on here right now. And I think I got about 4 hours left, or 3 hours left, to get enough of the fish in order to unlock the next level. We're looking there. Yeah, I got plenty of population. So we're going to delete a building, small hut. That's what we're going to do. Yep, that's what we did. I record the video, then I come back and I do the voice over later on. So I'm doing it from memory. I find that's easier than to try to record as I do the video. The good thing is my next level is to unlock the kava farm. So once I get that unlocked and I produce another, this time I want to produce 10 units farm. I think it's, I don't know what it is. I want to do 10 units and I'll be able to unlock 2 more expansions. And that'll get me all the way out to the end. And then when I do get to the catamarans, I do those on the side. Okay, I think here we're gonna find out. I got it unlocked. I'm gonna remove the totems as much as possible. I'm gonna see what we can build. Okay, right now we got to do 2 of the statues to satisfy the quest. As you can see, I don't wait for them to finish building. The quest is satisfied, and we're halfway through a little more than halfway through day 3, and we got half the quest satisfied. So are we halfway through the settlement? We're halfway through the quest anyway. And I deleted them right away. Don't wait for them to build out because it's a waste of time. You don't need to. And that's what all the quests I don't ever do. Only ones I wait to build out are the production units. Production buildings. Because you need to, because you got to do... Yeah, the Carva farm is my next one I want to get unlocked. Eventually, you're going to have 3 of the pile huts, the big huts, and 2 of the small huts will be able to do everything you need, to build everything you need for as far as population goes. Occasionally, if you need to do more of the production units, you might want to build 1 or 2 of those extra small huts, but that's when you get all your expansions in place, all of them done. So let's see what we do here. We're going to move the pile building over there next to the other one. Everything's squares and rectangles. So if you move them around, you can make room. Hey, nope. Only got room for 1 that way. That won't, well, I guess that did fit. I can get, but we need more population. Let me see, is that right? Yep. So in order to get more population, I need to build, I believe, 1 or 2 more huts, and I don't have space for that. So I had to delete a dance stage, and that gave me more population to build another palm garden. Because I have a lot of coconuts I need to do. I think it was 70, 72 or something like that. And this was 2 o'clock in the morning by the time I put those in production, so they won't be collected until about noon, which is into day 4. So I'll be collecting them at the couple hours into day 4. That's what's going on here. I'm going to end up deleting that. I'm going to stop production there. We're going to remove it. Then we're going to move the hut down there where that was. Oh, build another hut. Actually, I have room to build 2 huts now, small huts. Nope, can't move that there. And we got palm garden. So now I got 2 palm gardens and 1 fisher. And I've figured out that if I delete that fisher, I can also remove that one small hut and I can put in a 3rd palm garden. But I need a lot more fish later on. So if I have enough seashells, I'm going to produce fish. If I don't have enough, I'm not going to produce fish. So an hour later, I came back and I start production, which was like 2 o'clock in the morning.